Yes, people, it's AJ Knows MMA here. Sorry I've not posted in a while. I'll get into that at some point. But we're back with another video, and today we've got my first iceberg video. I was gonna do a video just on Dustin Poirier. Obviously, you guys everyone's seeing what's happened to Dustin Poirier at this point. I'm quite late to the party, to be honest. But Dustin Poirier got arrested. He got thrown off his fight. He tried fighting a cop. We're gonna watch that in a minute. We're going to talk about Dustin Poirier coming out saying that he needs help after this. But I thought there's too many situations like this in the UFC where a fighter retires, and as you can see, we've got a couple faces here. We've got Dustin Poirier at the top of the iceberg. This is, in my opinion, the last two's debatable. Which ones, do you know what I mean? Which ones had it worse? I know definitely who the worst person is, but obviously it's quite a hard topic. It's quite a hard topic, this video, so I'm gonna try and be as light as I can in places where you can and it's respectful to be light, and obviously there is gonna be some quite dark bits in this video. Obviously there's one fella here who's passed away, rest in peace to Stephen Bonner, and there's one fella who committed a very, very atrocious crime against a poor woman called Christy Mack. We'll get onto that later in the video. There's going to be a couple parts of the video, almost 5 parts. But we'll start off the video, people, and it's a crazy one, this one video. I'm almost got fucking hell, I can't even speak. Almost got to be stepping on eggshells in this video, but I don't mean any distastefulness in this video. This video is made with the maximum respect to all these people and anyone that may have been affected by these people. But guys, let's start off with Dustin Poirier, because Dustin Poirier, he's right there, he does need help. We're going to get a bit more into it in the end of the video about, I know a lot of people will be screaming it's CTE, but I think this goes a lot deeper than CTE. I think there's a big void that gets left in these fighters' hearts when they stop fighting, and they look to fill it with drugs, alcohol, women, committing crime, just trying to chase that dopamine that they felt in the ring. That's my opinion, and we'll get a bit more into it at the end of the video. But Dustin Poirier arrest video. Let's watch this, people.
Let's go, big dog.
What's going on?
What's up? Bunch of hoes. Let's go. Let's go.
Relax.
No, they fucking lying motherfuckers.
Yeah. I can't lie, I don't know about you people, but we've all definitely been this yapped and had to get put in. Luckily, a lot of us, you got mates there to put you in your place if you start getting a bit thingy like this and sort you out. But Dustin Poirier, obviously all his boys must have left him and gone on the plane without him or whatever. Sometimes you need to do that as well, like when your boy's acting crazy. You know, the sad bit about this video is the police officer, in this body cam footage now, by the sounds of it, he's a fan, because he asked him if he's Dustin Poirier in a minute, just gets told to shut the fuck up.
I pulled me off the plane. All my boys went to the fucking crib. Now what the fuck?
And this is why he got
All
pulled
right.
off the plane.
You Dustin Poirier?
Man, fuck you, bro.
All right, just relax.
Man, fuck.
So you hear the woman in the background then saying this is why he's got chucked off the plane, and as you say, the poor police officer. Imagine, I bet Dustin Poirier's got a lot of fans, me being one of them. And imagine it's like the famous saying goes, never meet your heroes. Never meet your heroes. You finally get to meet Dustin Poirier. You think you might be able to cool him off a bit with like, oh, Dustin, I'm a big fan. Nah, he's not having any of it. He just puts
Fuck
his
you and
fists
fuck
up.
her and fuck her. I'll fight you right now.
No, I don't want to fight, bro.
I'll go with you right
Yeah,
now.
Bro, I don't
the
want to
old
fight, bro. I don't want to
Poirier
fight. I don't want to fight.
Yeah, that bit killed me, where he even does the old Poirier, put up the fucking...
Yeah,
Yeah, tell him, come on.
Get a couple of
Because it's gonna be bad.
Bro, just
It's
step
gonna be
back.
bad, my nigga.
No, bro.
What's up?
Bro, relax.
Oh my god, I just clocked the Fed that he's talking to as well is black, and obviously Poirier just says, let's go do you know what I mean? Let's go N-word. I've seen a lot of people saying Poirier's got the M-pass. I never even clocked that. Obviously, he doesn't mean anything. I don't think he meant anything racist by that. I think that's just genuinely where he's from in Louisiana, but yeah, that's still quite crazy.
Ready to
fight
start
something?
several units. Start several units.
How you
No,
boys not gonna fight something? That's pussy.
Ready up to
Bro.
3710.
You pussy, boy. You pussy.
bro,
You gonna
relax,
taste
relax,
me?
relax, bro.
You gonna taste
Relax.
me?
Relax,
You
bro.
gonna taste
Alright,
me,
copy.
dog?
Relax.
Bro, I'm gonna bang you up.
Bro, relax.
Like, you a fucking Give me a good one.
Just relax.
Give me a good one.
I mean, Poirier's not cutting weight now either. I got to imagine Poirier's walking around at like what, 180, 190 at least. He's gonna have a bit of size to him as well. Maybe been on the roids and that since he's left. Definitely been on the drink as well. Sad to see, man. It's sad to see. I'll tell you why I think what's tips him over the edge in a minute, people.
Yeah. They kicked him off.
Bunch
Like,
of hoes,
this
bro.
guy's a UFC
Bitch
fighter,
ass
bro.
fucking bitches.
Like, you know.
What's going on, brother? Talk to me.
Man, the bitch is fucking lying hoes, man. Let's go. Arrest me. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Arrest me.
I mean, you've got to take that chance if you're the feds. Like, Poirier's been squaring up to you the whole rest of this time. He finally sort of has a moment of realization, like, you know what, just arrest me. Let's get this done with. And you got to take that opportunity when it comes.
That's the best way, dog. That's the best way. That's the best way. Hey, pound it, pound it.
All right, man.
Now you did a great job, bro. You did a great job. You did what you
You
could.
know, I've not even watched this bit, you know. I watched the rest of the video. I hadn't even watched that with Poirier spudding the Fed at the end. We don't need to watch this. Sorry, people. We don't need to watch. Fuck's sake. Now, I didn't even watch that, people. You see how Dustin spudded the Fed at the end? Like, almost like he'd just been in a fight with him. He nearer the Fed. I think what tipped Dustin over the edge, people, before we listen to what Dustin Poirier said after this. Obviously, Dustin, before retiring, he lost to Max Holloway in that fight. I thought it was a good fight. He put up a good fight. Lost a decision, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, decision, unanimous. Lost against Islam. That was a title fight, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Lost against Islam for the belt. He put in a good showing against Islam as well. He lost. He got submitted in the 5th round, but there was a moment in the fight where it looked like Dustin come close to finishing Islam. The win over Benoit Saint Denis, where everyone thought Benoit was the next big thing before that fight, and Dustin just absolutely demolished him. But I think this is the killer, people. The loss to Dustin Gaethje, that head kick KO loss as well. And obviously, just watching Dustin Gaethje, I don't know if you've seen that picture before, that Justin Gaethje and Dustin Poirier merged together. I think seeing Justin Gaethje finally win that belt, obviously they had quite a similar career trajectory. Dustin, it looked like they were both going to retire, just interim champions, never actually touching the proper UFC gold interim champion. I know it's not the real belt, but flipping hell, you only get the interim when the champion's not. So sticky one, people. Is the interim belt, would you class it on the same level as the just normal world championship, or is the interim belt, is it a fake belt? Do you not respect the interim belt? That's another good topic of discussion, people. But Dustin Poirier, after this, people, he's come out, he said, I need help. He's come out here, thank you to Cage Report for this one, but Dustin Poirier said, I'm at the point where I need some help. Walking away from fighting hasn't been easy on me, and alcohol isn't the answer. It has ruined my father's life, and I will not allow it to ruin mine. My family deserve me at 100%. I'm trying to do everything I can to get my mind right and take the right next steps. And there you go, that's from his Instagram story there, people. Now, it's alcohol is I think alcohol plays quite a big part in this video for a lot of these fighters, people. I want to say every single one of these fighters on this iceberg, Mayhem Miller, BJ Penn, War Machine, and Stephan Bonner, rest in peace, all these fighters have had problems with alcohol, if I'm not mistaken. We'll dive into it more in the rest of the video. We're going to talk about Mayhem Miller next, people. Mayhem Miller with one of my favourite shows ever, Bully Beatdown. If you've not seen Bully Beatdown, you can catch most of the episodes on YouTube. We'll talk about that more in this next segment, people. But Dustin Poirier, people, the retirement iceberg. Is alcohol at fault for all of these UFC fighters? But why are they turning to that alcohol when they retire? Why suddenly are they picking up the ball, chasing that dopamine that they feel in the octagon, people? Now, guys, I'm going to load up all this stuff for Mayhem Miller, and we'll get on to the next part of the iceberg in the next part of the video. I'll see you guys in the... Next up on the iceberg, people, we've got Jason and Mayhem Miller. Now, Jason Mayhem Miller, probably doing the best out of all of these people on the iceberg currently. His last fight in the UFC was against CB Dollaway. Before that, his fight against Michael Bisping. They'd just coached The Ultimate Fighter before that fight. It's when they were doing it, when the coaches would fight each other at the end of it. I actually got introduced to Mayhem Miller through this show. I find his YouTube at Steven something or other. This guy does BJJ on YouTube, done reactions to these Buddy Beatdowns. And then I've gone and watched these Buddy Beatdowns off my own back. To basically sum up the show, the person getting bullied would call up the show, call up Mayhem Miller, go, look, I'm getting bullied. This is the guy who's bullying me. They'd both go on the show, the bully and the guy getting bullied, and the bully would have to fight a UFC fighter. In the instance of the video I'm about to show you, it's Mayhem Miller. The bully has to fight the UFC fighter, and he fights the UFC fighter in 2 rounds. He fights in 1 round for 5 minutes, and it's a submission round where there's 5 grand on the line. Every time he gets submitted, he loses a grand. So if you get submitted 5 times, you lose the 5 grand. If you somehow don't get submitted at all, you keep the 5 grand. And obviously, when I say lose the 5 grand, the person getting bullied gets the 5 grand. And then the next round is it's a 5-minute round of just like, well, full on fighting, like kickboxing, sparring, whatever you want to call it. There's some really great episodes of this show, guys. I really recommend you to check it out if you've not checked it out already. There's one where I forget which fighter it is, but there's one where the bully actually beats the fighter and the bully walks away with 10k. But I know it come under a little bit of scrutiny, a little bit of controversy, because basically, like, people were just going on there with their mate. They had like a scar from when, I don't know, that they had a scar from when they fed off their bike, and they went, no, my mate Steve, he fucking ran me fucking into a wall, and that's why I got that scar, and that's why I need to go on this show and get my vengeance, whatever. We'll watch this clip, guys, of Jason Miller here, basically showing you a bit of what it's about. But yeah, if you don't know what Bully Beatdown is, you've not checked it out. If there's one thing you do off the back of this video, people, check out Bully Beatdown.
This is me. I'm a 6'1" Capricorn who likes long walks on the beach and books about Europe.
See, one thing about Jason Miller and Mayhem Miller, he is really funny. He is really, really funny. Even now, I've seen him on TJ Didashaw's podcast, that one with that, I don't know if Rampage is on it a lot anymore, but Rampage and Bear, I forget what it's called, but yeah, he's been on there. He's funny. He's a funny guy. So there you go, people. That's what I was saying, that he's just been submitted there, so that 1 grand gets took away from the 5, from the bully to the victim. It's such a funny premises of a show, to be fair. They need to bring it back for real, like, for real, for real. That was a big slam at the end. Obviously, I know a lot of fighters, you got to think, people that went on there just to, do you know what I mean, get a bit of money. A lot of these fighters got bullied growing up, that's why they become fighters. So they're stood there thinking you're an actual bully at the other end of the octagon. Some of these fighters done some real damage to these bullies.
This is way too much fun to be legal.
How many times you can this guy get knocked down and get back up?
If there's one thing I'm really good at, it's saying moderately funny things on a cable television show. But people forget.
This show is proper, man. Last time I listened, I watched all the episodes on YouTube. Not sure if they're still on there, but however, you gotta watch some people, you gotta watch these. But the reason why Miller's on the iceberg is basically he I'm not sure exactly the timeline, but Bully Beatdown got cancelled. Obviously, that was on MTV. And this was when MTV was popping, like when everyone was watching MTV. I'm talking like MTV Cribs, Pimp My Ride. What else did they have on there? Probably like the Osbournes, you know what I mean? I'd be surprised if that weren't on MTV back in the day. Like MTV had all the shows. But Mayhem Miller got in a bit of trouble. Well, he got in a lot of trouble. He's been in quite a few instances, but one of the most infamous ones was a Mayhem Miller held on 200 grand bail, faces 4 charges following police stand-up. Now, this guy was live tweeting during a stand-up. It says, after live tweeting a standoff with Orange County Police on Thursday, UFC and Strikeforce veteran Jason Mayhem Miller was eventually taken into custody and arrested for a total of 4 charges. 3 of those came from an outstanding felony arrest warrant, domestic violence, stalking, and a violation of a court order. The 4th charge, obstructing, delaying a peace officer, came as a result of Thursday's incident. Approximately 10 a.m. in this morning, deputies attempted to serve the outstanding warrant on Miller in the driveway of the residence located at 26262 Avenda, Calidad. Miller fled on foot and retreated into the residence, where he remained barricaded for approximately 4 hours. Numerous commands and directives were made in Miller in an attempt to gain his compliance and surrender to deputies. As a result of Miller barricading himself in the residence and failure to comply with deputies' directives to exit the residence, the Orange County Sheriff's Department's Special Weapons and Tactics, the SWAT team, and the crisis negotiations responded. After several unsuccessful attempts to establish verbal communication with Miller, SWAT and Hazardous Device Squad investigators conducted a remote breach of the front door as means of compromising the door locks. Immediately following the breach, Miller exited the residence for a rear door and surrendered to deputies. Really testing my reading skills here, guys. By lying on the ground with his hands exposed. Miller was taken into custody uninjured during the incident, and the bond was set at 200 grand. We've actually got a video of this Miller getting escorted out by the police. Let's watch this, people. Like, Miller had 5 stars right here. Look how many police there is. He had 5 stars. He might have even had 6 stars. Look at the little dog as well. Can't tell if that's a police dog or like his dog. Yeah, Miller weren't fucking about, people. Crazy. Crazy. Now, as I said at the start of the video, Jason Miller, God bless, is arguably doing the best out of all these people, obviously, apart from Stephen. Stephen Bonner don't really get included. Rest in peace. It's a bit, you gotta, you know what I mean, when I'm talking about doing the best, obviously, you can't be, it's a bit, yeah, you know what I'm saying, people. Out of these 4 people, Jason Miller's probably doing the best out of all of them. Dustin Poirier's probably got a lot more money than Jason Miller, but I don't think he's clearly in as good as a head frame. I'm talking about your mental health, people, in this video. Health as well. Most of these people have probably got a lot of money. A lot of money, people. So, but money's not everything, people. Your health's the most important thing out of all of them. But yeah, Jason Miller, he's had his turmoil, but it looks like he's on the straight and narrow now, from what I've seen on his podcast appearances. He's looking good, people. He's looking good. So I'll see you for BJ Penn in the next part of the iceberg, people. Now, up next on the iceberg, people, and arguably the best fighter on this whole list of fighters, is BJ Penn. Now, BJ Penn, if you're an MMA fan, you must know the turmoil that BJ Penn's been going through the past couple years. But before we go into that, BJ Penn, nicknamed the Prodigy, is an American former mixed martial artist and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner who made history as the first non-Brazilian to win the World Jiu-Jitsu Championship at black belt level, a UFC Hall of Famer. He held both the UFC lightweight and welterweight belts and was the second fighter in history to do so. I know we've got quite a few, well, I say quite a few, what, about 10, give or take, double champs are holding like the belts concurrently in the UFC of all time. But yeah, BJ Penn, he's basically BJ Penn is, and a lot of people will laugh about this, and I'll let off a snigger there because it's almost like a nervous laugh. It's like, it's crazy. BJ Penn thinks his family, like his mum, is not his mum. It's like he thinks his whole family's been abducted. They get into it a bit more in this video here. It's called like Capagos syndrome, something like that. I'll get corrected on that in a minute, something like that. And which basically makes you think that your family is not your family. They've been abducted and they're not real, and that's horrible. Imagine that. Like you think your mum's not your mum, but she is. Like if it blows my mind. But Hawaii News has got a good video going into this. This is like he's been arrested, he got arrested like six times in the span of like, I want to say a month or two, like something crazy. But
MMA legend BJ Penn makes a stunning confession in a Hilo courtroom on what led to his latest arrest. He's accused of violating the temporary restraining order a judge granted to protect his mother.
It's obviously his mum's asked for a restraining order because obviously, because he don't think it's his actual mum, he's trying to hurt his mum. To say, it's ironic, isn't it? He's trying to hurt his mum because he thinks this lady's not his mum, to help his mum, but all he's doing is hurting his mum even more. He's not helping her at all, to no fault of his own, obviously.
Kailani Richardson joins us now with the latest developments. Mahia.
Well, Ash, this is just the latest in an ongoing legal drama where Penn is accused of assaulting his mother, and prosecutors want him to undergo a court-ordered mental health exam. Now the former fighter is giving the reason he contacted.
See, there's no justification for that at all, assaulting your mum. There's no justification for assaulting anyone, especially your mum. Well, there is justification for us if someone hits you, do you know what I mean? But there is other reasons, but you get what I'm saying, people. There's never a reason to assault your mum. But obviously BJ doesn't think that his mum's his mum. He thinks it's some woman who's abducted his mum. It's crazy, but here he talks about finances and how she's not letting him access his finances. So they said he was fit to stand trial as well. Like, it just blows my mind how he's got like this, man, like a legend.
His mother and allegedly entered the home he shares with her.
I can't get access to my accounts, so when I asked Lorraine Shin.
So hold on, sir. Like I said, because anything we say can be used against you.
Yes.
So in a Hilo courtroom before Judge Darian Nakata, UFC Hall of Famer, 46-year-old BJ Penn admitted contacting his mother, 79-year-old Hilo businesswoman Lorraine Shin. Prosecutors say he violated the temporary restraining order against him by coming within 100 yards of their home.
I can't get into the accounts. I don't know why.
I mean, it's sad. Like, this must be some mad disease because surely you can look at your mum and tell it's your mum. Like I've seen pictures of BJ's mum and like family and stuff. They look the same. Like, obviously people get older, but they look the same. Like, it's not like she's had mad plastic surgery. Like, I don't get what could have influenced this, because again, a lot of people are gonna say it's CTE which is causing these fighters problems, but I think there's something way more deeper rooted than that, people.
I have, every time I ask to go into one of the, to get information about any of the accounts, she says she's going to kick me out of the house or get me arrested.
Penn claimed he needed his bank information so he could fill out a form to be represented by a free public defender. The judge said Penn could come back to court next week Wednesday at the same time of a hearing for his assault case.
He does have access to legal resources.
Legal expert Megan Cow.
It is also strange that the court allowed him to make the admission on the record, because the next thing the government is going to
It's absolutely crazy, people.
do is order that transcript and hold it against him in order to find him guilty.
The TRO had been granted by a judge after Penn allegedly assaulted his mother last month.
Why am I getting arrested? Let's talk downstairs. You guys just want to get me out of the house, right?
Penn posted this video of officers getting him out of bed to arrest him. He claims his mother is an imposter, while she claims the MMA legend and former candidate for governor has been diagnosed with Capgras delusional syndrome.
Capgras delusional syndrome. What did I say earlier? I actually think I was pretty close. You have to rewind it, let me know. Capgras delusional syndrome, people. Now that's what she says. Do we actually know that? I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious he's got this Capgras delusional syndrome. How would you actually help someone with that? Without it's not to be like crude, but you just put them in a straight. Do you know what I mean? Like, is there an actual way? Not, you don't, obviously we don't do that anymore. You don't just actually put them in a straight jacket, but is it one of them ones where you've just got to keep an eye on them and you can't solve it, like, or can't fix it, sorry, however you want to word that. It's super sad anyway, super sad.
Outside the family home in Hilo, Hawaii News Now spoke with his trainer, who trained him for 2 of his title fights and had praise for Penn.
I think people who are coming up with weird stories and what have you about BJ, I think it's all incorrect. The BJ that I know is just a terrific guy. We never had any problems with him. He did everything we asked him to do. He's just a good citizen, one of the nicer guys I've ever known.
Attorneys say the slew of legal issues and now arrests are not a surprise given Penn's social media rants.
They're weird, they're strange. He posts things about his mother's ears and how he can tell that someone has replaced her. He has this thought.
See, I was seeing all these posts, and yeah, I really don't think there's nothing to it. Obviously, your ears aren't going to look the exact same as they did 10, 20 years ago. Like, it's a given. Like, I'll hold my hands up, people, if it comes out and BJ Penn's mum rips her mask off like a Scooby-Doo villain, and I don't even know, someone else that BJ's. Who did BJ have them 3 fights with? I can't even think off the top of my head. I've got his topology up here. Let me have a quick look at this, people. If Matt Hughes, if Matt Hughes lifts up the mark and he's been pretending to be BJ's mum this whole time, then I'll hold my hands up, BJ, you were right. But I really don't think that's the case. We've got another one here of BJ Penn. We aren't family. UFC star BJ Penn appears in court for violating mother's restraining order. We've got here, it says from Yahoo, BJ Penn has been arrested multiple times in 2025, marking a troubling year for the former UFC champion. His latest arrest on November 4th, 2025 was for third-degree assault in Hilo, Hawaii. The incident followed an entire arrest on September 15th, 2025 for violating a protective order filed by his mother. Penn's legal troubles stem from his claims that his family has been murdered and replaced with imposters. He has been involved in a series of legal issues involving mental health, evaluations and protective orders. His arrest and ongoing legal challenges reflect a complex and troubling situation for UFC Hall of Famer. Now, the unstable MMA fighter arrested 3 times after believing imposters replaced family. BJ Penn case analyst. That's from a doctor there, so we're not going to look into that in this video, people. But if you want to know more about the BJ Penn situation, check out Dr. Todd Grande's video on BJ Penn. Now it's such a sad situation with BJ, and I'm sorry people. Like I say, I told you it's not going to be an exactly very happy video, this one. But it gets even darker now, people, because up next we've got War Machine, Joseph, I think his name's Joseph. I don't know off the top of my head, people. I'll double check that in a second. It's quite late or early, however you want to look at it. It's 4 in the morning. We're experiencing a heat wave right now in the UK. I've not been able to see it the past couple of nights due to the heat and some other stuff, some family issues. But sorry, not to mention that on it. But we'll get into Mayhem. We'll get into War Machine next, people, and then rest in peace, Stephen Bonner is the last piece of the iceberg, people. But guys, let me know so far, what do you think? What is the common factor? Because I think Dustin Poirier, Mayhem Miller and BJ Penn have all had problems with alcohol. I might be wrong with BJ, but I know for a fact Dustin Poirier and Mayhem Miller have had problems with alcohol. Guys, I'll see you in the next video. Flip it out. I'll see you in a second to talk about War Machine, people, on the next part of the iceberg. Now, people, we're getting deeper and deeper down the iceberg, and you know it gets dark the deeper you go in the sea. Now, you might be thinking, why has he got Aaron Hernandez up there? We'll get on to that, people. Next up on the iceberg is Jonathan Paul Copenhaver, otherwise known or best known as War Machine. Now, Jonathan Paul Copenhaver, known as War Machine, is an American former mixed martial artist who competed in the UFC and Bellator and other promotions with a 14-5 record, a very decent record, before transitioning briefly into adult films before his career ended in 2014 after this horrific attack that we'll get more into, people. But War Machine's a bit of a sticky one on the iceberg, people, because obviously Dustin Poirier, before this little stint that he had in the airport, known as a really great guy, does all these things for charity, everything like that. Mayhem Miller was not known as the nicest of people, but he definitely wasn't have as much criminal trouble as he did before leaving the UFC. Same with BJ Penn. He was a candidate for governor before all of his troubles. These people aren't criminals. They're not criminals. There could be an argument for that they are now, but they weren't criminals at the height of their careers. War Machine's a bit different, because as you can see here, that was in 2007, and War Machine was fighting in the UFC in 2008. So this was before he was even in the UFC, people. It says, on September 2nd, 2007, War Machine, or Copenhavener, was found guilty of striking a Las Vegas man in the face and choking him unconscious during a parking lot scuffle. In February 2008, he was sentenced to 3 years of probation and 30 days of community service, avoiding a possible felony charge and accompanying prison time. On February 22nd, 2008, Copenhaver pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor charge of assault and battery and was fined and sentenced to probation. So that was in 22nd of February 2008, January, February, March, April, May, and then look, he fought in the UFC and lost in the first round against Yoshiyuki Yoshida. And you could say, people, maybe not the start of his downfall, because look, he'd been assaulting people even before getting into the UFC. But in my opinion, it started a very big downward spiral for War Machine. Next up in 2010, he was sentenced to 1 year in the county jail for felony assault, stemming from a fight at Point Loma Bar earlier in the year, as well as an additional fight in a bar in Pacific Beach, San Diego. He was imprisoned in San Diego's George Bailey County's detention facility mostly in solitary confinement, which, if you know people, like, solitary confinement of any means, whether you're in jail, whether you're at home, in the hospital, any of these things, solitary confinement is not good for your mental. It's good to be able to find peace in yourself and spend time with yourself, but human beings are designed to talk to other human beings. You need to speak to people, or you go insane. You go insane. It says that after going to jail, War Machine maintained his Twitter's account as well as a blog documenting his time in jail. In 2012, it was announced via his Twitter that he would be serving another year of jail time due to preceding events. He was released in 2012 after serving 2 years and 2 months. Most of that in solitary confinement, as it says now. In June 2013, this is where it gets a bit techie, because he started dating Christy Mack, who, if you don't know who Christy Mack, she's quite a well-famous adult actress, porn star. I don't know if that's a rude way to call it. Adult actress. She broke up, or it says here that War Machine broke up with her in 2014 and moved back to San Diego. So there you go, people. There's Christy Mack. As I say, this is where it gets very, very dark, people. You don't get sentenced to 36 years for doing fuck all. It says it, War Machine. It's very, very trigger warning for people if you've been affected by domestic violence or anything like that. But says it, War Machine, the former mixed martial artist fighter known as War Machine, was sentenced Monday to 36 years to life in Nevada State Prison for kidnapping, beating, and sexually assaulting his ex-girlfriend and attacking her male friend at a Las Vegas home in 2014. Now, we've actually got a video here, thanks to KNTV, going more into this, people. That's not the video I want to watch first. We'll watch this one first, people.
UFC fighter War Machine will learn exactly how long he's going to spend behind bars. He was convicted of beating up his ex-girlfriend, porn star Christy Mack.
Yeah, Marissa Kinniston joins us live right now outside the Clark County Detention Center with the latest. Marissa.
War Machine has already spent some time behind bars, but he could spend even more. War Machine faces...
Could spend even more. He got 36 years. Jesus, that is a long. Obviously, it justifies the crime, in my opinion. Because if you're seeing the photo, I'm not going to show the photos or anything on here, but in my opinion, he could have killed her. He's a professional fighter. Do you know what I mean? He was laying a beat down on her. He could have killed her.
His life in prison after being...
Surprised he didn't get sentenced for attempted murder, but I suppose attempted murder, you've got to argue there's what's the word for it? Like you decided to do it before, it was preempted, or what? It's probably not right, but you get what I'm trying
found
to say.
Guilty of beating up Mack and another man back in 2014. His attorneys claimed in court that...
I mean, look, I said I wasn't going to show the photos, but look at that trigger warning.
He snapped after seeing her in bed with another man. Mack said...
You might people be like, oh, look at her, like, look at all that plastic surgery. I think she had to get plastic surgery after, obviously. I think she had a bit of plastic surgery before, but I think she had to get quite a lot of work done after, because he fucked her up that bad. Like, he seriously laid a beat down on her. It's horrible, horrible stuff, people.
The beating was so brutal, she had to be hospitalized.
And he said, now I have to kill you because people saw you try and escape. He said, now I have to take you to the desert and kill you.
I mean, that is scary as fuck, isn't it? Because, I mean, that if he actually wanted to do that, what is she able to do in that situation? Nothing. He's a professional fighter. Like, that must have been terrifying for her. Like, what could actually drive someone to do this? Like, it's terrible.
Well, War Machine was not found guilty of the most serious charge of attempted murder. Both War Machine and Christy Mack have been very active on social media throughout the trial and after that verdict was read. I'll tell you what they've been saying leading up to the sentencing coming up later in the newscast. Marissa Kinniston, 13 Action News.
Yeah, crazy stuff, people. We'll watch the video of him getting sentenced to his 36 years in a sec. But it says here, Jonathan Paul Copenhaver, aka War Machine, will be eligible for parole in 36 years when he will be 71 years old. That's his whole life thrown away. And this is what I was talking about. It says a jury convicted Copenhaver, 35, in March. The jurors deadlocked on 2 attempted murder counts, but convicted him of 29 felony and misdemeanor charges stemming from attacks on Christy Mack and Corey Thomas. So Copenhaver talked about his troubled past and referred to the late Aaron Hernandez, the former NFL player who committed suicide in Massachusetts prison. Now, this was coming up to what, 15 years ago now, if my maths is correct. And I'm pretty sure War Machine's not killed himself and he's still alive. So that's a bit of a weird one. But is this the video? Yeah, look, this is why I got this. Look, this is what he said in this. I had to replay it, and it says most replayed segment. Look, there you go, most replayed segment.
Great, thanks, Moss. And now we have a breaking news update. War Machine was sentenced today to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 36 years. 13 Action News reporter Yasmin Hassan was there as the judge handed down the sentence.
Christy Mack and her family have been waiting for this day for a long time. These charges come from an attack that actually happened back in 2014. But even with today's sentencing, Mack says that she'll always live with a certain amount of fear.
But I do know when I get out, when he gets out, he will kill me.
War Machine was facing 34 felony charges. He was found guilty on 29 of those.
I mean, 71, he's coming out at 71. Do you think he's still going to have it out for people? Hopefully he's learned his lesson in prison. But, I'm pretty sure he said that after the attack as well. So no wonder they sentenced you to 36 years, bro. Like,
all in connection to the attack on his ex-girlfriend and the man she was dating at the time, Corey Thomas. From the testimony, this was a brutal attack. The ER doctor who treated Mack said that she had a broken nose, fractured a rib, broken facial bones, and lost teeth. He went on to say
broken nose, fractured rib, broken facial bones, lost teeth. He's lucky he didn't kill her. That's a trained killer raining down punches on a female. Like, he's very lucky he didn't kill her, man.
her liver was so damaged you could compare it to someone who had been in a car crash. Today, War Machine told the judge that he's been thinking about everything that's happened and he hates himself for it.
I should have killed myself by now. There's no reason right now that I shouldn't be in the dirt right now, laying right next to Aaron Hernandez.
Now the defense team has...
That's a bit that was crazy to me, like that these things must have been going on at like the same time. Now, if you don't know who Aaron Hernandez is, people, Aaron Hernandez is an ex-NFL player. He was only 20 years old when he got drafted to the Patriots in 2010. He was a very, very, very good football player. In 2013, so yeah, this is just a year before War Machine done that to Christy Mack. Aaron Hernandez, during the 2013 off-season, was arrested and charged for the murder of Odin Lloyd, a semi-professional player who was dating the sister of Hernandez's fiance. Following arrest, Hernandez was immediately released by the Patriots. He was found guilty of first-degree murder in 2015 and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. While on trial for Lloyd's murder, Hernandez was also indicted for the 2012 double homicide of Daniel D'Uba and Safiro Furtado. He was acquitted after a 2017 trial. 5 days after being acquitted of the double homicide, Hernandez was found dead in his cell, which was ruled a suicide. His conviction for Lloyd's murder was initially vacated under the doctrine of abatement ab initio because Hernandez died during its appeal, but was reinstated in 2019 following an appeal from prosecutors and Lloyd's family. So what Aaron Hernandez actually done, this is like very, very dark, people. Obviously, in my opinion, if you've not watched the Aaron Hernandez documentary on Netflix, watch it. It's a really good documentary, people. In my opinion, he killed Odin Lloyd. He most likely killed them other two people as well. But what he actually done to try and make sure his family could still get some money, was appealed the murder charge and killed himself during the appeal, because at that time, him killing himself during that appeal meant him getting acquitted of that murder, so technically he's not guilty of the murder anymore, so to try and get his family some money. But this is where it leads back to the CTE people. Is CTE the big factor of this? Because Aaron Hernandez, alongside War Machine, very similar cases, but not similar cases. Obviously, War Machine beat up an ex-girlfriend, nearly killing her, and Aaron Hernandez was gangbanging, for lack of a better words, out shooting people and that in the streets. But these are people that had a lot of money. Arguably, do you know what I mean? He was dating Christy Mack, who was a porn star who had a lot of money. I'd be surprised if War Machine didn't have a lot of money as well, because he went on to have quite a good career after leaving the UFC. A very good career, some might argue, with quite a couple wins in Bellator before losing. I know Bellator would have paid War Machine nice. What is causing these people? This is what I want to be the big discussion of this video, people. And we've got one last person coming up on this iceberg. Rest in peace, Stephan Bonnar. But what is causing these people to do these things once leaving the UFC? Now, I know argument, War Machine, you could have seen this coming, like with his previous charges. He clearly had mental health issues that didn't get resolved. It just go to prison for a bit, come back out, fight, earn a load of money, and do you know what I mean? Money, as I said, people, money's great, you need money, but money's not the answer to everything, people. If your mental health's not right, then, you know, I look at Robin Williams, rest in peace, for example, people. If your mental health ain't good, people, health as well. So, but people, we'll get on to the last bit of the iceberg, Stephan Bonnar. I hope you're enjoying the video so far, people. Sorry, I know it's a bit of a dark, deep one, but I think a question does need to be asked, like, what is, so we can stop this happening to all these great fighters in the future, if, do you know what I mean? Prevention is cure. If we can find out what's, like, you know, very easily said, more easily said than done, but something needs to be put in place for these fighters to stop them, do you know what I mean, going off the rails and having this happen at the end of their careers. But people, and I think alcohol plays a big part in it as well. Alcohol is not the answer, people. But people, I'll see you in the last bit of the video talking about Stephan Bonnar. Rest in peace. Yes, people. No, well, not not so much a yes, people, but people. We're on to the last part of the iceberg, and the last part of the iceberg is no other than Stephan Bonnar. Rest in peace. Now, Stephan Bonnar, you must know Stephan Bonnar from his famous fight with Forrest Griffin, which famously saved the UFC. He lost to Forrest Griffin in that fight, but that fight, the UFC they were pretty much about to go bankrupt, about to go under. I think they were worse than bankrupt. I think they were already in a shit ton of debt. They'd done the Ultimate Fighter with Forrest Griffin and Stephan Bonnar coaching the team members, and having that fight at the end of it, and that fight just excels the UFC's reputation, and arguably made the UFC what it is today. Stephan Bonnar is a UFC legend, man. Now, Stephan Bonnar, it's very, very tragic, what happened to Stephan Bonnar. After leaving the UFC, he started to get into a bit of legal troubles. We've got a video here from Stephan Bonnar when he got arrested. This is for a DUI, so driving under the influence, which is never right to do, people. Never drive under the influence. But let's watch this, people. It's quite distressing, I'll warn you. But...
Come on out. Come on.
I mean, it's sad to see. You can see he's completely out of it, and this is a big point of the video as well, people. Is getting into the fight as this help. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he was offered a load of help and turned it down. But surely there's got to be better things in place to stop these fighters just drinking and, do you know what I mean, doing a shit ton of drugs and a shit ton of drinking, a shit ton of alcohol to try grasp and get that feeling that they felt in that octagon again.
Come on out. Come here. Roll over. Roll over. Get down, buddy. Give me a hand. Take him down. You picked the wrong group of guys, dude.
You can hear them there, like, you picked the wrong group of guys, dudes. Yes, he shouldn't be driving in that state, but he's pretty much asleep. It was like the last thing the guy needs is you shit talking him when he's clearly at rock bottom already. Like,
Alright.
I don't think this is actually preset for
Roll him over.
us people helping people.
Alright, that's fine.
But still, it says it.
All right, Tom, thank you. A new at 6 dramatic dash cam video shows UFC.
That's just the same video that we just watched, but a dash cam version of it. Now look, you can see Stephan Bonner was clearly struggling with drinking and drug problems. It says they're a bit more into that incident that we just watched. It says on October 28th, 2018, Bonner was arrested in Nevada and charged with DUI. At approximately 1:15 p.m., the Nevada Highway Patrol received multiple reports that there was a red Cadillac, a vehicle owned and being driven by Bonner, observed driving recklessly and making unsafe lane changes. There's no justification for that, obviously. When the NHP arrived on scene, they witnessed Bonner had both hands tied and strung up to each side of the inside car handles. The pedestrians on scene said he attempted to flee the scene of the accident, so they were forced to I shouldn't laugh at it, but so they were forced to hog tie him to the inside of his wrecked vehicle. The entire exchange was recorded via the responding officer's body cam and aired on the television show Seasons 4 of PD Cam. So that's the thing, is this is where it gets sticky as well, people, because these cop shows, like, maybe I think in the UK you've got the option to blur your face out if you want, but imagine you're at rock bottom. Like, Bonner was clearly at rock bottom here, yeah, and now this moment of you being rock bottom has not only been filmed, but it's been plastered all over TV, so everyone's seeing this, everyone's seeing you at rock bottom. That must be an awful feeling, awful feeling. Says that officers also claim they could smell alcohol on Bernard's breath and inside of Bernard's vehicle. Bernard was arrested on scene, refused to comply or respond to officers' commands, and had to be carried and laid into the back of the patrol car. He was then taken to Clark County Detention Center, where he was charged with DUI and resisting arrest. So, as I say, no justification for that, but the guy clearly needed help. He clearly needed help. This was 4 years before he sadly passed away. I'm going to talk here about how he passed away. So Stephen Bonner's death in December was ruled accidental on Monday, as a coroner determined the cause as fentanyl, parafluorofentanyl, and mitigaine intoxication. The UFC Hall of Famer died on the 22nd of September, aged 45, with presumed heart complications referenced at the time. In a letter to MMA Fighting, the Clark County Coroner's Office in Nevada said Bonner had overdosed on fentanyl and the two other names I just mentioned. I'm not going to try to say them again. It says fentanyl is a potent synthetic opioid, and along with its analogues, including parafufentanil, it is reported to have caused the majority of drug overdoses in the US. So, it says here a bit more about Stephen Bonner. We've talked about that. Fentanyl, people, not good. Drugs of any kind, not good. Alcohol, not good. And this is the key factor, in my opinion, in all 5 of these fighters, ex-fighters, whatever you want to call them. All of these problems are coming from drugs and alcohol, but you need to look deeper than that, because they weren't taking drugs and alcohol in the height of their UFC careers. Again, War Machine may be an exception. I think he might have been. But these people weren't abusing alcohol and drugs during their careers. So what is the... I can't click my fingers. But what is the click and the flicking the switch that makes these fighters start abusing these drugs, and obviously from abusing the drugs, committing these horrible acts, like whether that's acts to themselves with Stephen Bonner, or whether that's acts to other people with War Machine or BJ Penn. BJ Penn's to himself and to other people. There needs to be. I know it's easier said than done, people. I don't think I've got the answers for it, to be completely honest with you. But something needs to be put in place for these fighters. I was gonna say, like, give them a job working the desk, but Dustin Poirier's working the desk, and he's just gone and done what he's done on the airport these past couple of days. Yeah, it's a weird one, people. Like I say, it's a bit of a darker, deeper video. But there's probably more fighters that are not even coming to mind. But when I watched the Dustin Poirier video, I thought off the top of my head, who else had a really bad run of events after retiring from the UFC? Mayhem Miller comes straight to mind. More so because I've been watching his recent stuff and seeing what a great comeback that Miller's had. BJ Penn, I'd love to see BJ Penn come back, but not to be pessimistic, but I think BJ Penn might almost be at the point of no return. Is there a cure to Capgras syndrome, that imposter syndrome thing that he's got? I mean, War Machine, you can argue there's definitely no returning from what he done. He's not even going to be out of jail till he's 71. And can you forgive? I mean, you hope they can become a better person, but what he done's almost unforgivable in my opinion. And then obviously the very, very sad case of Stephen Bonner, who's just went through a downward spiral of abusing alcohol and drugs to the point of overdose, and something needs to be done, people. Something needs to be done. If you like this video, you learned something that you didn't know, I think that's the best thing that you can take from this video today. If you learned something that you didn't know, then I hope you liked it. Please like, comment, share the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments, people, what can be done to stop this from happening to our current favourite fighters in the future. Let me know in the comments. Thank you again so much for watching, people. Peace and love. I'll see you in the next video. Peace and love, people.